Here we go. The Lacedaemonians made war their chief study. They affirmed to be the first who reasoned on the events of battles and committed their observations thereon to writing with such success as to reduce the military art, before considered as totally dependent on courage or fortune, to contain to certain rules and fixed principles. As a consequence, they established schools of tactics for the instruction of youth in all the maneuvers of war. How worthy of admiration are these people for particularly applying themselves to the study of an art without which no other art can possibly exist. Boom. That's interesting. It's interesting. Can you imagine it? Well, for me, actually, I can't imagine. When you're a kid, you think like war is just like, just charge. And then as soon as you get into the teams, you're like, oh, there's maneuvers you can do. There's things you need to make happen. There's ways you can get advantage. It's not just, what they call it, courage or fortune. It's not just that at all. Yeah. There's a whole lot of things involved. And it's also interesting that they were doing studies and debriefs on the war, on the battles. Because it sounds like people weren't, he says, hey, look, they were the first who reasoned on the events of battles and committed their observations thereon to writing with such a success to figure out that there's a military art. And how fired up is it that to study this art of war without which no other art can possibly exist? Too strong for you?
Yeah, I don't know.
Too strong for Echo Charles? Too strong? I can see it.
That's a bold statement for sure.
It's a real bold statement.
I don't think I've thought about it enough to offer any sort of an opinion on the deal. But hey, man, I dig it. Kind of like exercise in life, right? Or health in life.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, sure. Cool. You seem pretty fired up about it.
I am very fired up about that.
Yes, you do.